Hello Year 7. So you are going to be looking at the Domesday Book today, which means that you are going to need to write down this title, today's date, and I want you to start thinking about how William is going to solve some of the problems that he has when he takes over as King of England. And one of the big problems that he has is he doesn't really have enough money to control everyone, because he's taken over this whole country, but he can't yet charge anyone taxes or anything. So pause the video now, write down your title and your date, and have a think about that. Okay, so this lesson we're looking at the Domesday Book, and that is William's solution to this problem of not really being able to tax people or knowing how much to tax people. So we've got this quote here from the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle in the 11th century, which says, "The king sent his men all over England into every country to find out how much land there was and how much tax should be paid from each country. This was done so carefully that there was not a single ox, cow or pig that was left out." Now, what this is telling you is that William's solution was to send people out to create a record of everything that everyone owned. Now, that is a big task for him to try and undertake. This extract tells us a little bit more. So it says, lands of the Abbey of St Edmunds, 2 carucates or 300 acres of land. There were 3 pack horses, 12 cattle, 30 pigs, 90 sheep, 32 goats, 8 villeins, and 7 free men. You can tell from the amount of detail that's in this that the Domesday Book is designed to give a really detailed record of what everyone owns. Now, attached to class charts, and you can see it here, is a copy of this document. If you can't access Word documents, you can just view it through this, that's fine, and you can write your answers with a pen and paper or on a Word document, or however you want to do your work is not a problem. But I want you to read through this, and you can see I've annotated it with some explanations of what some words mean. And you're going to do tasks 1 and 2, and you're going to give yourself about 5 to 10 minutes to do that. So task number 1 says, what is the aim of William's Domesday Book? Task number 2 says, each household had to answer 5 questions. What 5 questions would you ask? So I'd like you to pause the video now, give yourself the time to do that, and come back when you're finished. Okay, so you should have done those tasks now. The next thing you're going to do is have a look at this table here. So you were asked to predict the questions that William's men may have asked when they were gathering information for the Domesday Book. In the table below are some of the actual questions they asked. So I want you to fill in, what does this question mean, and why does William want this information for each of these questions? So we'll do the first one together. So it says, who holds the land? That means who owns the land, because he needs to know who owns the land, doesn't he? And that comes into the why does William want this information. So where it says what does this question mean, you would write this question means who owns the land. And where it says why does William want this information, you might mention the fact that he needs to know who owns the land so he knows who to charge the tax to. And that's kind of what lots of these questions come back to. You can use what you've read before to help you. So there's like a definition of villeins and stuff earlier on in this video. And for the second to last one, so how much woodland, meadow and pasture is there? You want to think about what those different types of land are going to be used for. So woodland is where people would gather their firewood. Meadow is just unused fields. And pasture is where you would keep your animals. And that helps you to fill in that table. So have a look at that table, fill it in for me, and come back to this when you are finished. Fantastic. Next thing you're going to do is fill in this table. So there are 5 problems below. Try to explain how each of these factors led to the problems with the survey at the time and later. Okay, so you're going to fill in this table for me. And you should have done that now, so we'll move on to the final thing, which is to unscramble these words and use each of them in a sentence about what we have learnt this lesson. Okay, that's fantastic. Thank you very much, guys.